Now I have a data like a Sachin. I have a data Sachin. Okay, I want to hold this data with one variable. So my variable is like what? Name equals to Sachin. So how we can find the type of this particular variable? Okay, type of name. Then that time you can get the answer is like str or not. Now see how we can find the type. Now open your command prompt. Open your command prompt, just type py. You are in the Python environment. You are in the Python environment. Okay, now what we have to do? You are in the Python environment. Now what we have to do? Just to create, okay, or write any statement, any valid statement, you can write it. If you want to find the type of this particular variable, how we can find the type? See this. Okay, str is the type for this particular variable or not. So if you have a string data, you can hold that data with this variable name or not. This is the syntax, okay, for string data to hold it. Now I have one student or I have one player is there. I have one player, listen carefully. That player is like still playing or retired. I want to tell. If he retired, you can say, is he retired? Yes. If he not retired, is he retired? Is like false. Like that. I have one player is there. I want to tell something about that player. Is he still playing or he already retired? Tell me. The case is that one. Then how we can tell? Okay, how we can maintain that information? Now, how we can maintain that information? One player is still playing or not? Playing or not? Okay, now I want to maintain that student information. So how we can maintain that student information? How we can maintain that student information? How we can maintain that student, no, sorry, player information, not student, player information. Very simple, na? So if you want to maintain that particular player information, okay, that information is nothing but the data. If you want to maintain the data, you have to create a variable. So how we can create a variable? He retired is like true or false. False or true, whatever it is, like this. You can create one variable and maintain the data or not. You can create one variable and maintain the data or not. Yes or no? Okay, so in this case, what is the type? This is which type? In this case, what is the type? The type is like a Boolean type or not. So how we can find the type? How we can find the type? Come on, how we can find the type? By using a type method, right? So how we can write it? Type of is he retired. See, based on your requirement, you can hold some information using variables. Okay, that particular variable, wherever you want to, you can use it in future, no problem at all. You can use it. Understood or not? So I'm going to write the code is like this. Now come here. Is he retired is equals to true, valid or invalid? Is he retired is like true, valid or invalid? If it is like invalid, what is exactly error message? Error message is what? I want the error message. I want the error message. What exactly the error message was? Syntax error. Okay, syntax error. But if you observe here, the variable syntax is what in Python? variable name and some value or value reference. Okay, what is value and value reference? Value and value reference. Value and value reference. Now see, 200% it is like valid syntax or not. Variable name, either value or value reference. Syntactically, it is 100% valid. Okay, you want me to check? I can check it. See here. Now, if you click on this one, is it like a syntax error? In Python, if you want to create a variable, okay, first variable name, the next is what? Reference. Okay, the value or value reference. Now, this is 100% value, right? Okay, here the problem here is what? The problem here is what? Come on. It is a syntax error or runtime error. It is a syntax error or runtime error. It is a runtime error, right? It is a runtime error, right? What is that error? True is not defined. Did you mean like true, like this he helped or not? Okay. Now it is not a syntax error. But why this error came? See, I already told you. See this statement. Okay. Variable syntax is looks like this. Variable name is equals to variable name is equals to, now I'm going to add, last time variable value I added, now I added like one more val, okay, point is like value reference. What is the difference between value and value reference? What is the difference between value and value reference? Okay, very simple. First value, you can go, everyone knows number 1 equals to 10. Okay, number 1 is what? It's a variable. Okay, name, I can say variable name. 10 is what? Directly it's a kind of, come on, a number value, integer value or not? Yes or no? Okay, now number 2 equals to number 1. This is also 100% valid or not? This is what? Variable name. After equal symbol, whatever you have, that is the variable value or not? But now the second statement, if you observe, that is not a direct value. That is like what? A reference of one value or not? Number 1 is refers one value 10 or not? So in this case the syntax is what? The variable with value directly. In this case the syntax is what? The variable with value reference or not? Understood? So now tell me, my number 1 value is what? 10. My number 2 value also what? 10 only, or understood everyone? Come on. Understood the difference between value and value reference? Now you can come to this part. Now you can come to this part. Now see this. Now this is the value or value reference. Is he retired? True. Okay, you can say like it's a value only, but there is no valid value whose name is like a true in Python. There is no valid value whose name is like what? Lowercase true in Python. That the reason it is not a predefined value. Okay, 10, it's like a value in Python, but a true all lower cases is not a value. Whenever it is not value, it is looking for another case is what? Value reference or not. Okay, is it like a refer to any value like that? Okay, see here, number 1. Is my number 1 refer to any value? Yes, 10. So 10 is assigned to number 2. But here, true is refers to any value. See, is my true is refers to any value? No, right? True is not defined anywhere. For example, if you refer true equals to 1000, true equals to 1000. Now, is he, okay, retired? Okay, or amount. Now I'm going to change it. Okay, amount equals to true. Is it valid or invalid? See, 100% valid. Why? Now this case variable name is amount. This one is what? In Python it is not a valid value, but If it is not a valid value, it is looking for, is it like a valid value reference or not? Now, true is refer to any value or not, it is going to check. Yes, my true is refers to 100. So that my true refers to 100, that 100 only assigned to my amount. Now, my amount is like 100 or not. Got my point? The difference between value and value reference. Value means directly assigned the value. Okay, 100 or such, these like this. Value reference is nothing but, okay, it is going to refer some other value. That value you can take it. See here. Now this is a value, now value reference. In this case, tell me. The amount equals to true. In this case, value or value reference? It is value or value reference, true, all lowercase letters. It's not a valid value in Python. Now it is looking for value reference. Okay, so this true is referring to any value or not, it's going to check. This true is referring to any value. Yes, my true refers to one of the value. What is that value? True is my value or not? Agreed, everyone? Come on. Up to okay? Okay, I'm going to write some code snippet, just you can tell the answer. If you run this one, what exactly the error? If I run this one, what exactly the error? If I run this one, what exactly the error? Anyone? Come on. If I run this one, what exactly the error? Any one of you? Yeah, first, very simple. Don't think more. It is a simple variable syntax in Python or not? It is a simple variable syntax in Python or not? So the variable name is this one, equal left side part, variable name. Right side part, either value or value reference. Now, left side part is a variable name. Yes, come to the right side part. The right side part may be value, may be value reference. Player name is not a value. Player name is not a value. It's like 100, 1000. Those we can say like a values. But player name is not a value. Player name is not a value. Yes or no? Now, if the player name is not a value, in that case, the next step is what? The next step, it may be value reference, right? Now it is looking for the value reference. That means this particular one refer to any value or not. In my entire code, anywhere, okay, is my player name is like pointing to any value. See, this player name is defined or not defined? It is not defined anywhere. So that it gives me error like what? Okay, if this player name is not defined anywhere or not. This player name is not defined anywhere or not. That is the error, right? Agreed, everyone? This player name is not defined anywhere. Now I need a fix for this one. I need a fix, okay, to get the output. Output. To get the output is Dhoni. Tell me. I need a output to get the output is like Dhoni. So how we can? Come on. If I run this one, I'm getting the error is like player name is not defined. But the output is like Dhoni. So what is the fix? Simple, right? Player name is not defined. So can I define the player name before that? Can I define the player name? Okay, if I define the player name is like what? As per my output is like Dhoni. Now the statement execution gives me what output? Name, you created a variable, and this is what? Your variable value or value reference. Now this is not a value, it is a what? Value reference. How we can know? How we can come to know it's a value or value reference? Okay, there has some predefined values are there. What? If you write like this, it's a valid value, it is integer value. If I write like this, it is a valid value, it is a string value. If I write like this, it is a valid value, a boolean value in Python. If I write like this, it is a valid value, it's a list. If I write like this, it is a valid value, tuple. If I write, okay, like this, what is that? It is a valid value, is a dictionary, or it's a set, or it is a set. These all are like predefined valid values. But player name inside this one, there or not there? Player name there or not there? Okay, float value 10.5 or something. Now tell me, player name is there or not there? Not there, so it's not a value. Okay, check for value reference. That means this player name refer to any value. Yes, player name is refers to Dhoni or not, so that my Dhoni assigned to my name. So finally my name is what? My name is like Dhoni is going to print or not. Understood everyone? Okay, the next one. Exact error. Exact error. Okay, if you want to talk, you can talk also. I am muted. Anyone? What is the exact error? If I write like this, what is exact error message? Okay, name runs is not defined or not. Name runs is like not defined. Name runs is like not defined. Okay, my question is, okay, the error is like name runs is not defined. My question is, fix by assigning a value. Fix this error by assigning a value. Fix by assigning value reference. Okay, so this is the error, right? First fix is what? Assigning a value. So how we can assign a value? Create a variable first. Runs equals to 1000. Now if I run like this, now see, now variable created and my runs is like 1000 or not? Yes or no? This is one. Now see, you created a variable by assigning what? A value. My int is like a predefined value in Python or not? So fixed. Assigning with value reference. Now I don't want value, I want to refer. Okay, I want to assign a value reference. So how we can? First, you can create r equals to something like this. These are my runs. You can create my runs equals to r. Now print runs. Now tell me, runs is a variable. That variable assigned with what? Value, na value reference. Value reference. Okay, that reference is what? This, okay, this particular r refer to which value? This 2334. So finally my output is like what? 2334 or not? Understood the difference between value and value reference? Okay na? Okay, then the next one. My case, in my case, okay, for example, you are like okay, students, for example, I want to represent, okay, your three friends, three students, okay, marks. I want to hold your friends marks. Okay, my closest three friends marks, I want to, okay, represent. I want to hold my three, okay, friends marks. So how we can hold it? Your marks only, if you want to hold my marks is equals to out of 600, 500 or 400. Only your marks. But my requirement is what? Can you represent your three closest friend marks? Three closest friends marks. Tell me, which data format is the recommended one? Three closest friends marks. Okay, either you can go with set. Okay, three closest friend marks. Okay, you should not go with the set. Why? Because set not allows duplicate marks. Okay, that means duplicate values. Okay, but there is a chance of your closest two friends can get the same marks or not? Possibility there or not there? Getting, okay, the same marks. Possibility is there, but set not allow you the duplicate values. So next,
List.
yeah, list you can go. Okay, list. Okay, how we can write it? How we can write it? How we can write it? One. Okay, my marks, my friend's marks is equals to like this. Okay, my marks 400, my friend's marks is like this. Understood or not? This is which type? In Python, this is which type? If you put inside the square bracket, okay, now you can say like this type is like what? List or not? Yes or no? I have three friends. These three friends' marks I want to represent. Now you can define. Okay, when you can go with the list. If you want to represent multiple values, see, if you want to represent what? Multiple values, okay, with a single variable. If you want to represent multiple values with a single variable, can you go with list? Yes or no? If you want to represent multiple values within a single variable, can you go with the list? Okay, can anyone give me one simple example? Okay, in this case, I want to go with list like that. In this case, I want to go with the list. Anyone gives me one example? In this case, I want to go with the list. Okay, any example you can give. Come on. Now runs, huh? Okay, runs also. Multiple players runs if you want to represent. Yes, you can go with that one. Multiple players if you want to represent the runs, you can go with that one. Okay, this is like a list. Another way also there, okay, using tuple also. The list and tuple, the difference we'll discuss later. For now, just remember, okay, this is what tuple. This is what tuple. Now see here, okay, there has multiple values or there represents like what? By using one variable or not. Multiple values, if you want to represent within a single variable, you can go with what? Tuple also or not. Okay. Now there has one more also there. Come on. As you said, set. Okay. Now 400, 500, 555. That's okay. All are having the different marks. In any case, if the first two students get the 500 marks, then the time set removes the duplicate elements. That's the reason it is not a valid approach. In this case, in the mocks case, my set is not a valid approach. Why? Because two students may get same marks. Possibility there or not there? Two students may get the same marks. Possibility there or not? Yes, there. Okay, possibility is there. Okay, that the reason. That the reason. Okay, you should not go with the, you should not go with what? You should not go with set.
Set.
Okay, then can you tell me when you can go with the set? Give me one scenario. When you can go with the set. See, I'm not asking about any okay code or something. What I have to do with the set or something. Okay, just scenarios. When you can go with the set. Unique values, right? Unique values. Okay, if you want to represent like weekdays, you said, okay, that is correct. Okay, unique values, right? Okay, Sunday is not repeat multiple times in a week or not. Okay, for example, you can take your cricket team. Okay, my team members, my team members. Okay, 11 members, right? Okay, any member is going to repeat two times. Any member, Sachin, okay, is like repeat two times in the team. No, right? One person only, right? Allowed, yes or no? In the squad, 11 members, all are like unique or not? If you want to represent those team members, okay, among these, which data type is the recommended one? Tell me. Lista, tupula, setta. Which data type is the recommended one? Which data type is the recommended one? Whenever they ask like represent your cricket team members, then which data type is the recommended one? Okay, which data type is the recommended one? Okay, it's like a, okay, this one or not? Okay, team members has the same name. Okay, then the time initial or somewhere we can differentiate or not? Most of the times, okay, you can go with this or not? Okay, weekdays also best example, you can go with this one. Simple thing is like if you want to represent the unique values in the list. Okay, unique values, if you want to represent multiple unique values are there, I want to represent with a single variable, then that time you can go with what? Set or not. Agreed? How you can work with the set, we'll see later. If you want to represent multiple unique values, if you want to represent multiple unique values with a single variable, then the time you can go with what? Set or not. Agreed? Okay, one more video. Okay, we discussed. Can anyone? One more data type also we discussed. Can anyone remember? One more data type also we discussed. Dictionary, right? Yes or no? Dictionary or not? Tell me how we can. Come on. When you can go with the dictionary? When you can go with the dictionary? DICT, DIST, not DICT. When you can go with the dictionary? Tell me one scenario. Tell me. Okay, in this case, dictionary is required like that. Okay, very simple. For example, if you want to tell something about one particle, for example, I want to tell something about a bus. Okay, in that case, if you want to tell something about the bus, my bus front wheels like two, my bus back wheels is like four. Okay, like this you can, my bus color is like okay, red color, like this. If you want to represent something about one particle, then the time can I go with what? Dictionary or not? Yes or no? See the scenario. Whenever if you want to tell something about one particle that is related to one player, one bus, one student, it's not a matter. If you want to represent, okay, if you want to tell something about one particle, then that time you can go with the dictionary or not. Agreed, everyone? All are agreed? Okay, so far, how many data types we discussed? Okay, just spell out. Integer data type. Okay, that means numbers. Next, come on, the next one. String data type. Next, Boolean data type. Next, float also. Next, okay, list data type. Next,
Tuple,
tuple, tuple data type. Next,
set,
set data type. Next, dictionary or
dictionary.
not. These are the multiple ways we can represent the data or not. Okay, these all come under that particular data types or not. Okay, up to okay, everyone. Anyone have any questions? Okay, we have a deep discussion about the string, about boolean, about list, tuple, set, dictionary. We have a deep discussion. We'll see that one in future. But for now, just remember. Okay, this is as part of data types concept. We are not discuss about any one of the concept. Okay, individual. Okay, okay then. So, any questions so far up to here? Anyone have any questions? Anyone have any questions? Hmm? Anyone have any questions? No? Okay then. Yeah, go ahead. Now, let's start with functions. Let's start with the functions. Okay. Can anyone tell me what is function? Okay, first, any topic you can learn. Okay, what is function? What is that? Why we go for that? What is function? What is function? Why we go for functions? Why we go for functions? Okay, the next one is like what? Syntactically, how it looks like. Syntactically, how it is looks like. Okay, the next one is like what? How to use it. How to use it. Now tell me, what is function? When you can go with the functions? When you can go with the functions? Anyone have any answers? Okay, very simple. I have one small requirement is there. What is the requirement? One person is there. One person. The person one you can say. The person one having two variables n1 equals to 10. Okay, one more variable n2 equals to 20. Okay, you want to find the sum. In general, how you can find the sum? Okay, you can easily tell like n1 plus n2. This is like a operator. We have a discussion about the operators. We'll see. Okay, but now plus, right? Plus symbol, or not? Okay, this is my first person. First person has the n1 data, n2 data, and find the sum. So my first person requirement is what? He has to find the sum of 10, 20, and finally he get the output or not. Print the sum. Yes or no? Finally he get the output or not. So my output is like what? 30 is my output. Yes or no? So finally my output is like what? 30 is my output or not? Yes, no? Okay, here each and every line n1 equals to 10, created a variable and assigned with what? Value. N2, create a variable, assigned with what? Okay. Sum is a variable assigned with what? Some references and find the sum or not. See here, value no value reference. Line number 3, value or value reference you placed. It is like valid syntax, but here n1 is like value reference and n2 also value reference or not. Yes or no? And finally print what? Sum. Sum already there or not there? So there is no error, nothing. So finally you can get the output is like what? 30. Yes. Finally the output is like what? 30. Now this is the first person requirement. You want to find the sum of what? Find the sum of his requirement is what? Find the sum of 10, 20. You get the output is like 30, 30. His requirement is done. Now the thing is, another person also there. Here, he also required the same, find the sum of 10, 20 only. So that, how to handle that one? He also requires what? Find the sum of 10, 20 only. Yes. And one more person also there, like this 10 members there. Okay, overall 100 people are there. Out of 100, 10 members required. Okay, 10, 20 sum. So that, tell me, first person find the sum of two numbers 10, 20. Second person also 10 of two numbers. Okay, the sum of two numbers 10, 20. Like this, third, fourth, up to 10 persons write the same code to find the sum of two numbers or not. Okay, those numbers are like a 10, 20. All are getting the valid output only 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. But if you write the code, is it the recommended way of writing the code or not? First tell me. If you not recommended, just tell me why it's not recommended. Come on. Hmm? Anyone? There has 100 members or there, out of 100 members 10 members requires find the sum of two numbers 10, 20. So that they, you written the code is like what? First person, you went to first person. Okay, you said First number, second number, sum and print sum. You given this result to first person. Second person also same thing you did. Third person, fourth person, 10 members, you did the same thing. Yes, all are satisfied. All are satisfied. Why? Because what they are expecting, they get it the same. But is it the recommended way of distributing the value to all 10 members by you? Is it the recommended way? No, right? Why it is not? Why no? Yeah, simple reason, right? Don't think more. You went to the first person, you written like what? 4 lines of code and give this value to him or not? You went to the second person, again you written what? 4 lines of code or not? You went to the third person, okay, like this 10 members you went and write the same 4 lines of code again and again and get the output. That output is like valid only, but that is extra burden to you or not? Okay, you reach to each and every person, okay, 4 lines. Every person, 4 lines. Next person, 4 lines. Like this, you written or not? Now, by seeing this code, first thing you have to understand, like you written these 4 lines of code, how many times? How many times you written these 4 lines of code? How many times you written these 4 lines of code? 10 times you written or not? 10 times. Okay, it is a kind of duplicate code, right? Okay, in any programming language you can take it. Writing the duplicate code is not a recommended one. Writing the duplicate code is not a recommended one. So, can you write the same functionality effectively? Okay, I don't want to write like same lines of code 10 times. Same code 10 times. Can you write only one time? Can I distribute to 10 times 10 people? Which one is easy? You want me to write the same code 10 times? You want me to write one time and distribute 10 times? Which one is easy for us? Write one time and give that particular one to remaining people, 10 people or not. Write once and distribute it. So can I do one thing? Can I write this code somewhere like this? Okay. Can I ask the person one, hey, can you get this code? Can you get this code and get the output? Can I ask this person also, hey, can you go there and get the output? Can you go there? Can you get the output? Yes or no? Possibility there or not there? So that these 10 people requires one functionality. What is the functionality? Find the sum of 10, 20. Which functionality they required? Okay, which functionality required by multiple people? Can you write or can you create one function? Can you create one function? The function name is like any name you can put it based on your requirement. Okay, my function name is like what? Add. Can you keep all your code inside that function? Can you ask remaining people to use that function? Yes or no? Come on, possibility there or not there? Okay, here whatever the common functionality is there for these 10 people, write that common functionality in one function. Ask them to use that functionality or not. Yes or no? Okay, that common functionality is there, na? That common functionality you written inside one function, right? You created one function, right? So now you can tell me why you go for function in this case. Why you go for function? First one is like you said duplicate code you written. Now what happened? You avoid the duplicate code or not? Yes or no? One thing. The next one is what? Come on, why we go for function? You share this particular functionality all the people or not? See this. Okay, first person, second person, third person. You share this functionality to all the people or not? Yes or no? Come on. One is like to avoid the duplicate code. You said you written like what? Only one time. The same functionality you distributed to remaining people or not? How many people you required? You distributed all the people or not? Yes or no? Now you get the answer. What is the function? What is function? Here, what is this? The function which represents some functionality, right? The function which represents some functionality or not. What is the functionality in this case? Find the sum of 10, 20. Is my functionality or not? The function which represents some functionality or not. Yes or no? The function which represents the functionality or not. Got my point? The function which represents the functionality. That's it. That functionality, wherever you want, how many times you want, that many times you can use it or not. Okay, so you can answer the first one. What is function? Come on. What is function? Simple. The function, what is this? What is this one? Which represents, which is used to represent some functionality. That's it. Why we go for that one? Why we go for that one? Why we need the functions? To avoid write the duplicate code. That is one. Okay, that particular functionality, whatever you written inside the function, that can be shared to remaining people also or not. Yes or no? That functionality can use by remaining people also or not. Possibility there or not there. Yes or no? Now, why we go first? Okay, why we go for function? That is syntax. What is the syntax? How it is looks like in Python? That is our discussion. Yes or no? So now onwards, in your code, anywhere the functionality, if you want to represent, if you want to write some functionality, find the sum of two numbers. It is a functionality. Okay, find the sum of student marks. That is the functionality. In your application now onwards, if you want to write some functionality, okay, that functionality you can write inside one function. That functionality you can write inside one function. Yes or no? Once you written that functionality in one function, the next step is what? You have to use that functionality or not. Okay, that can be used by any number of people, no problem at all. The functionality can, okay, share. You can share that functionality with the remaining people also or not. Got my point? Agreed, everyone? Now onwards, in your application, in your program, wherever you want to represent some functionality, just create a function. That's it. And then you can use that function. You can use that function. Yes or no? If anybody asks why we go for function, very simple. By using function, I can represent some functionality. That functionality, I can reuse it or not. I can reuse it or not. I'm going to write that functionality only one time. That's the reason. Okay, the code is like what? Okay, there is no chance of writing the duplicate code or not. I'm going to write only one time. I can reuse it how many times you want or not. Yes or no? Agreed, everyone? So for good, why we go for functions and the syntax and how to use all this stuff, we'll see in the next session. So anyone facing any issues with environment setup? Anyone facing any issues with environment setup? Can you unmute and talk so that I'm going to give the permission to share our screen? Okay, who want to share? Anyone facing any issues with environment setup? Hmm?